Let's be honest, when people talk about home warranties, the biggest thing that comes up isn't exactly excitement. Usually, it's frustration. If you've ever Googled home warranty reviews, you've seen it, page after page of complaints, page after page of horror stories, and a lot of people saying that they're never gonna buy one ever again. But here's the truth that rarely gets said out loud. A lot of the complaints that homeowners have aren't actually about the idea of a home warranty. They're usually about the way that many companies in this industry operate whenever they're dealing with their customers. So today we're going to walk through some of the most common home warranty complaints that you see everywhere, and more importantly, we're going to talk to you about how to avoid them so that you never end up stuck with a plan that feels useless at the moment that you need it most. By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what separates a frustrating home warranty experience from a helpful one. So let's go. One of the biggest complaints that you're going to see over and over is this: unclear coverage. Homeowners thought that a repair was covered until they file a claim, and then suddenly they find out that it wasn't covered, or that it was only partially covered, or that the labor wasn't covered, or that maybe the part wasn't covered. According to the Better Business Bureau, one of the top recurring issues in home warranty complaints is misunderstood or unclear coverage terms. When the company's coverage isn't laid out clearly, confusion is guaranteed. And the best way to avoid this? Well, it's to make sure that the company has a transparent coverage chart. Something in plain language, something that you can understand in less than 5 minutes. It definitely should not take a lawyer or a translator to figure out what's covered and what isn't on your home warranty plan. You want to see dollar amounts for parts and labor right up front. You want to know what your limit is before you ever need to file a claim. The second complaint is slow or unresponsive service, and this one shows up everywhere. Homeowners say things like, "They never called me back," or "I've been waiting for a week," or "They won't assign a contractor." In fact, Consumer Affairs published data showing that the #1 frustration for warranty users is long wait times during their claims. A lot of companies funnel you through call centers, and then they put you on hold and assign a vendor, and then they wait for that vendor, and then the whole process just gets dragged out for weeks and weeks. The easiest way to avoid this problem is to be able to choose a company that lets you pick your own service provider. When you can call your own plumber or your own HVAC tech or your own electrician, then you're going to skip that middleman completely. There's no scheduling bottleneck, there's no contractor shortages, there's no waiting for approval before a technician even shows up. You simply hire the provider that you want, you get the repair done, and then you submit the invoice for reimbursement. And if you don't have the ability to pay up front, just have the service provider send the invoice directly. That's it. There's no waiting on hold. There's no service queues. There's no delays. There's no reason for this complaint. The third complaint is unexpected fees. A lot of people sign up for home warranties thinking that they have a flat monthly cost, only to find out that there's a high deductible, like $100, $150. And then there's a service fee, and then there's an after hours fee, and then there's a disposal fee, and then there's a processing fee. There's just a whole lot of fees added on. Forbes recently reported that hidden fees are one of the top 3 reasons that homeowners quit their warranty company after the first year. And this is something that you can spot ahead of time. Before you sign up, make sure that you know the exact cost per repair. Make sure that there are no service call fees or deductibles that are going to pop up later. Anything unclear today is going to be a headache tomorrow. And the companies that earn the best reviews are the ones that are upfront about every single dollar that you're going to spend from the first day. Another common complaint is denial of claims. And yes, some claims absolutely should be denied. Things like pre-existing damage or improper installation. But a lot of homeowners complain because they feel that the company is just looking for any excuse to avoid paying. A national survey from the Service Contract Industry Council found that more than 40% of homeowners who were unhappy with their warranty, they cited that claim denial without a clear explanation was the reason. The best way to avoid this one is to choose a company that bases approval on one simple rule. Did the item fail under normal use? If the answer is yes, you shouldn't have to fight for coverage. And if you ever do get denied, you deserve an explanation that actually makes sense. And finally, complaint number 5 is low coverage limits. Some warranties advertise big coverage in their marketing, but when you read the actual contract, they only cover a fraction of the cost. So if your water heater fails and it costs $1,500 to replace, but your plan only covers like $300, then that's going to be a problem. According to Home Guide, the average cost of replacing a major home appliance has jumped more than 22% in the last 3 years. So low coverage limits matter now more than they ever have in the past. The way to avoid this is simple. Look for a company that shows you the real dollar amounts for every single item that they cover, not just a covered or not covered checkbox. Homeowners need the exact numbers. They need them side by side so that they know what repair costs they can actually expect help with. Now here's the good news. Even though the industry has a lot of common complaints, almost all of them can be avoided before you ever sign a contract. If you know what to look for, it's going to be easy. Clear coverage charts, the freedom to choose your own service provider, fast reimbursement, no hidden fees, real coverage limits. Those aren't luxuries, those are the basics, and they're exactly what separates top-rated companies from the ones you can see in the complaint forums. If you want to learn how home membership stacks up against these complaints and how they've built their entire model to avoid these issues from day one, then watch the next video that is on your screen right now.